We have been digging for all the extra Xbox Flight Simulation launch details and information. We've got you covered with that in this week's video, including World Update number 5 and all the big product announcements and releases. If you are excited about flight simulations, this video is for you, so let's get going. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator update video. This is where we bring you all the week's important news and updates on the development of this new flight sim. So please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when all the important cool flight sim stuff goes live. First, let's jump into this week's announcements and product releases. The first announcement for the week goes to Just Flight as they release some preview shots of their next aircraft for the new sim, the Warrior 2. Following the release of the PA-28R Turbo, Just Flight in-house team has had their hands on a real-life Warrior to use as a base for the development. Some of the features we may see with the Warrior is 4K PBR textures, a tablet EFB to use with various aircraft options, highly detailed 3D virtual cockpit, realistic, accurate flight model, no details on price or release date, but from the screenshots provided, we should see and expect to see the Warrior in a great condition soon. The next announcement for the week goes to Turtle Beach as they announced the Velocity 1 flight controls for Xbox Microsoft Flight Simulator. Turtle Beach, who are known for their gaming headsets, have announced they are bringing a new set of flight controls to the sim. The Velocity 1 will include both a yoke and a modular throttle control, I should say. Some other features include 2 hat switches, 180-degree yoke rotation, hall sensors, status indicator panel, onboard flight management display. The Velocity 1 will launch with Xbox Series X and S in July and will be compatible with Windows 10 also. I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like to check out their pre-order page. Orbex announces this week they are developing Van Nuys for the new flight sim. Van Nuys is famous for being one of the busiest GA airports in the world. Based in Van Nuys neighborhood in Los Angeles area, Van Nuys sees over 230,000 takeoffs a year. From the looks of the screenshots provided, Van Nuys will include handcrafted airport, high-resolution PBR textures and custom static clutter and aircraft. No ETA on release. Knowing Orbex, if they're showing screenshots now, it's a matter of days before we will see the release for Van Nuys. Moving on to this week's releases, and the first one goes to Real Physics as they released the DORAD AR1 and AR2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I do apologize, this was released last week and I did miss it, but the DORAD is a World War I French two-seater reconnaissance biplane used by the French Air Force. The DORAD has an endurance of 3 hours, maximum speed of 80 knots and stall speed of 36 knots. Some of the features in the package include a fully animated cockpit, 4K PBR materials, a finely tuned flight in the engine model, and 6 different liveries. You can pick up your copy of the Real Physics DORAD directly from the Sim Market store. Leave a link in the description below. Gaia Simulations this week releases a Block Island for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is Gaia Simulations' first US airport for the new sim, and it is located on Rhode Island, which serves primarily as a GA airport. Some of the features included in the package are highly detailed airport and surrounding areas, custom PBR objects, custom ground imaging, custom ground objects, and road and static aircraft. Runways have been accurately created with the same slopes as they are as the real deal when it comes to the airport. You can pick up your copy of Block Island Airport from Gaia Simulations directly from the Orbex store. Again, a link in the description below. The last release for this week is Captain Sim as they release the 777-300ER for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Following their recent release of the 777 base pack, Captain Sim now brings the extended version to the sim. The 300ER version has the 2 biggest engines in the 777 fleet and with cruise speeds of about Mach 8.4. Features include a 4K ultra high resolution textures, cabins with 3D windows interior, and stewards and animated pilots. Essential functionality of the aircraft is paired with the default 7.4, and remember that is something to take in consideration, as was the base pack. You can pick up your copy of the Captain Sim 777ER directly from the Captain Sim store. At the time of making this video, the PMDG DC6 isn't released just yet, but we are looking forward to seeing it in any hour at this time. So we will cover it in next week's news update video. Moving on to this week's Microsoft Flight Simulator development news, and there is absolutely tons of it. The first one is World Update 5 has been released this week with version 1.17.3.0, the Nordics region. The World Update is a little different to the others that we have seen in the past, with many bug fixes and sim updates weren't found in this one. 1.17 World Update is really been focused on the content and the content only. Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway and Sweden were all featured in this one, and between all those countries they've seen 100 or over 100 improvements to the airports and 77 carefully selected points of interest, 5 bush trips and also 5 landing challenges, 1 for each country. With the addition to the content with every world update, it has been included an update of all the aerial imaging, updated data elevation for Norway, Denmark, Finland and the French territories, which include places like St. Bart's and St. Martin's and more. Water masks have been updated for various parts of the world, including a new air ruck cycle has been provided, which is cycle 2106. World Update 5 is no little update. This update includes many countries overhauled, including the French territories, and this just shows the effort that Microsoft Flight Simulator team are putting into making sure that Microsoft Flight Simulator is the best sim ever. The next World Update, number 6, will include Germany, Austria and Switzerland, and we should expect that to see around the 24th of August. Moving on to the Xbox related of the news. Xbox version for Microsoft Flight Simulator was announced this week during E3, including the new Maverick Top Gun expansion pack to be released later on in the year. Microsoft Flight Simulator is expected to land on Xbox Series S and X later on in July the 27th. Feel free to check out our video for early in the week as we cover all of the E3 trailer. But now the dust has settled, we have some more information that we have dug up to get all the highlights to prepare you guys for the launch when it comes to the Xbox for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Jorg, the head of Flight Sim for Microsoft, mentioned on the Xbox Showcase Extended that the sim will never be dumbed down from the PC version to the Xbox version. They contribute the sim working so well on the console version down to 2 main technologies, one being that Xbox being a super powerful console, and the other one is the Microsoft tech stack, being able to stream 2.5 of petabyte data of the world from a shore service straight down to the console. Jorg went on and mentioned that the team have been working with the sim to make it more accessible to new virtual pilots and console gamers. We will see the sim presented for a whole new audience where they've never seen a flight sim before. And some of the features we should say with the Xbox version to help people on board is, one is discovery flights. There's been 10 places selected around the world where you can have a discovery flight. Now a discovery flight is where you have your first flight and the instructor pretty much does all the work. You get to handle the controls a little bit, but you just get the feel of flying. Microsoft Flight Simulator picked 10 awesome places around the world, such as Everest, the pyramids, all that sort of stuff, to take you on your first flight. One of the other features they have included is labels. They have been updating all the points of interest around the world, including cities, rivers, anything that's really famous. This way new pilots know exactly where they are, and even the world map has been updated. Now you'll be able to see all the points of interest and cities, not just airports on the map. Tutorials have been ramped up from the PC version to the Xbox version. On the PC version we saw 8 at launch. With the Xbox version we will see 22. These tutorials will be shorter and much more to the point and will include performance indicators. This way you can go back and improve your skills and proficiency just as you do as a real world pilot. One of the other features we will see is flight assistance. This has been added where you can ask your co-pilot to land the plane anywhere, on water, on snow, or even on a runway. You can even ask your co-pilot to fly anywhere so you can enjoy the views. Basically ask your co-pilot to fly where that bridge is and they will do it and you can enjoy the views. These have all been added to help you learn how to fly, and eventually you can reduce the assistance and basically take the skies being a solo pilot and a pilot in command. Jorg did also mention existing controls that are available now that you'll be able to use at launch, which are the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 1 and also the HOTI HOTAS Flight Stick. I think that's from Thrustmaster as well. Jorg mentioned that they will work when the sim is live on Xbox, and he also said that the MS team have been working with the top controller companies from the world around the world, including PC and console, and expect to see some big announcements in this area soon. We've already seen the guys at Turtle Beach announce the Velocity 1, so we should see a few more come down the track. The last piece of interesting news for the week when it comes to the Xbox launch is Jorg mentioned that we will see 2 aircraft and also an aircraft carrier with the Maverick expansion pack. Now, we did see those in the trailer, but it's pretty much confirmed that is what's happening. He also mentioned we will be able to fly very, very fast, which should mean we will see the implementation of supersonic flight into the sim. And he also mentioned to expect more of the unexpected like we did with the Maverick. Basically, I think we're going to see more expansion packs come live that might have a theme to them in the future. Microsoft Flight Simulator is definitely spreading its wings in the development to become the ultimate flight simulator as possible. So very, very exciting times. Moving on to the third-party market update this week, we're seeing 23 new products hit the shelves for the marketplace in Microsoft land, and releasing around the world on the different third-party stores. We're seeing 13 new airports, 3 new aircraft, 7 new sceneries, and no mission packs. If you like this video as part of our pre-flight checks, please hit that like button, and if you are enjoying the content, hit the subscription button so you know when, and the notification bell so you know when all our Aus Flight Simmer content goes live. Feel free to share these videos with your friends and family. This way it helps you spread the word of flight simulation and aviation in general. We stream every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 PM at GMT plus 10. Feel free to drop by if you want to join in with our multiplayer shenanigans, and we welcome all the Xbox users in the near future. We're going to leave you with some of the other flight sim videos here. Feel free to check one of those out, and I will see you in the friendly skies very soon.